So let's go back to the basics. What is the Islamic position on money? The Islamic position on money is freedom. What we are saying is that you are free. If you choose to trade with banana leaves, you can choose banana leaves. If you choose gold, gold, silver, whatever you like, as long as you are free. The government, the Islamic government, cannot even impose the gold dinar. The government cannot say, and the only currency in the Dar al-Islam is the gold dinar. We cannot. And it never was. Because it's unconceivable. The fact that we have accepted today this ridiculous piece of paper, which is completely worthless, only tells you the enormous degree of brainwashing that this society has undertaken. And in order to understand the degree of nonsensical brainwashing on which we are living, you will have to refer to your grandchildren. For when you tell them the story of today, when we were given pieces of paper, which they were worthless against our labor, they will laugh at you. And they will say, but grandfather, can you possibly? Do you mean they were giving you pieces of paper and you were just handing over everything you had? I mean, no, it cannot possibly be. Were you so really definitely ignorant? And you will have to say, yes, my son, it was just the way it was. A world in which one country, called the United States, has the unique privilege of having the currency of the world. One country that gives us green pieces of paper, and we give them oil, aluminium, gas, whatever they like. They want more, they print more. Is it so difficult to understand? It's not mathematics or science that it will allow you to understand it. It's taqwa. Taqwa is what opens your eyes. When you fear creation more than you fear Allah, you start getting clouded. And the whole thing starts to look blur. And you start Islamizing banking, and Islamizing the dollar, and Islamizing the United States. And you start saying things like La hawla wa la quwwata illa United States. And you start losing grasp of your Aqidah, of your Tawheed, and before you think about it, you lost it all. The epitome of this absurdity of Islamic thinking that you have today is the so-called Islamic bank. It's hardly imaginable to conceive an idea which is more absurd than an Islamic bank. It's like in the attempt of preventing riba. It's as if we are saying, if we want to prevent zina, what we have to do is to Islamize the brothels. And then we say, when you come into the brothel, you have to say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And don't forget the prayers on time. It's insane. And then the brothel will pay a Sharia council. Nothing can be more corrupt if the Sharia council is paid by the bank itself. Can you imagine? How can a Sharia council be independent if they are employees of the same institution? What can you expect of them? And that is Islamic banking for you. Islamic banking is what I call haram, haram, double haram. It's not haram because it's simply a bank with cosmetic design around it. It's double haram because they have done something the kuffar couldn't do. They have made the haram halal with the tedious and sometimes hilarious formulations whereby they have pretended by giving Arabic names that practices that they are completely and clearly forbidden in Islam, they are halal. I'm going to come to this point a little bit later because it is worth discussing the issue of Islamic banking. I'm sure there must be among you Some people who definitely believe Islamic banking is halal. Sure, there must be one. So just to make sure of these shocking words and statements that I'm bringing forward, that we clarify this matter to your total satisfaction. We will come to this point later. I want to continue with the line of the gold dinar, trying to follow the track of what the Sunnah is. First of all, we have identified something called Sharia currency. It's called Sharia currency simply because it plays a role, a fundamental role, in fundamental aspects of the Sharia, like the zakat, like some aspects of hudud, and then some of the customs like mahar, etc., that has been done through the centuries using gold dinar. But in particular, zakat. Now, when it comes to zakat, it's a very important issue because you will understand that zakat is one of the pillars of Islam. It's non-negotiable. It's what it is and nobody can change it. In the same way that you cannot say, well, Maghreb is 3 rakats, but you know, it should be 5. 5 better. Nobody can even consider that thought. Well, nobody can change zakat either. But we have done it. We have done it in the most extraordinary way. What Darurah zakat is doing with zakat, in any Islamic regime of the past more than 100 years ago, will bring these people to prison, at least. What is done with zakat in the country called Malaysia is inconceivable, unrecognizable. There is only the intention of the people that is safe, and only Allah will judge that according to their intention. But the authorities behind, who have allowed this incredible manipulation, twisting and transformation in zakat into something else, charity organizations dedicated to build from mosques to investments, to have bank accounts, to do investments with the stock exchange, with anything conceivable, with the money of zakat. The authorities behind that have no pardon, because they are transforming a pillar of Islam. And Allahu Akbar. I need to tell you just one point regarding the zakat, which is fundamental to the issue of the gold dinar. Zakat cannot be paid with dain. In Arabic, we distinguish between ayn and dain. Ayn is something tangible, merchandise, you know, rice, water, whatever, something that is rare, right there. Dain is any liability, a debt, a promissory note. Well, you cannot pay zakat with dain. You cannot. In the same way, you cannot pray Maghreb with the promise of praying Maghreb later on. Or you cannot pray Maghreb with a virtual computer. No, you actually have to put the head in the floor and make the shazda and right on time. Not later on, I promise to pray the Maghreb 5 minutes later. No. Physically there. Zakat, physically there at the time. In ayn. And I have included for you one very famous statement. I don't know whether in the photocopies that they have brought to you, it's included, from Imam Kazani, regarding the question of dain and ayn. There are numerous references to this point. This is just one which is very relevant, very clear on the matter. There are others from Sheikh Ilish, when he was the Sheikh Al-Aqsa of the Maliki Madhab, at the times when Muhammad Abdu was the chief mufti of Egypt, and he wrote a fatwa regarding the payment of zakat with paper money, because paper money was just being introduced by the British then. And he said, can you pay zakat with paper money? And Sheikh Ali said, yes, you can. He said, really? Yeah, but only for the value of the ayn. So in other words, the value of the paper, not what is written in it. So if you pay zakat with a ringgit, what you are paying is the value of the paper. The ayn. The dime is irrelevant for zakat. Considering the fact that the ayn value of a ringgit is worthless, you are not paying zakat. So what is left out of this mess is the argument of Darurah. So the alim will come and will say, well, look, I mean, we don't have gold dinar, Darurah. We are paying with a ringgit because Darurah. Darurah, you know Darurah. Huh? Darurah is exceptionality. Exceptionality means that if you are in the desert and you are about to die and a pig crosses by you, then it is fard. It's not halal. It's fard for you to kill the pig, because your life is much more important. Okay, so that is Darurah. It doesn't mean that the pig has become halal, and much more important, it doesn't allow you to build a pig factory. Okay, Darurah is temporarily. So if we invoke Darurah because we don't have gold dinar, we cannot say therefore we indulge on the ringgit for the next 300 years. If you are in Darurah, your obligation is to move out of Darurah. If you don't have gold dinar, then you mean the gold dinar, because it's your business. Do you need anybody's request or obligation or concern or permit? No, you don't. Do you need your permit to pray Maghrib? Do you go to your neighbor and you say, my dear neighbor, can I pray Maghrib now? Is it okay with you? Do you write letters to the Prime Minister saying, can I pray Subuh at the time? No, it's your business. To show you that it's your business and it can be done, the first gold dinar in the modern era were minted in Granada in the year 1992 by a community of 55 families of converted Muslims, and I was there among them. The environment couldn't be worse. We're in a kafir country. We're a total minority of 0.000001%. So here in this room, you are plenty more than we were. And still we did it. It's just a question of wanting to.